say hold short 18 left, American.
Runway DFW, 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 DFW.
Out of the blue of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
The following program comes to you in color.
Whiskey Lima short of 18 left.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Hey, that's my turn to talk. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Runway DFW, live and in color, here on this, what do we got here? Thursday, August 15th, 2024. The name is Walt. The game is plane spotting. And we'll be doing that for several hours now. So if you're into it, I hope you'll join us for the balance of our broadcast, or as much of it as you can tolerate, here on Runway DFW. Hit it. Well, everything seems to be working so far. Now, this is another one of those hot days. Let me put our time in there. Put our little blue logo in there. Let's see if we get a reading on the weather while we're at it. So, 98 degrees, not quite triple digits. Wind out at the 13 miles an hour out of the south, gusting to 17, and no precipitation. Visibility 9 miles, it says there. So that's what we've got going on for you. I'm trying to dial up our broadcast here in order that I might be able to see what you guys are saying, so I can put it on the screen and we can communicate with one another. So let's see if this is winning. There's Pittsburgh Don 77, one of our great mods. Hello all and welcome. Please hit the like button, says he. Are we getting a little echo? Still adjusting. We're still in kind of test mode on our equipment that we're going to be using on our visit to Southern California and then on to Seoul, South Korea. So, let's see here. There's our setup here. We're at DFW Founders Plaza, which is the official plane spotting spot here at DFW Airport. Still getting one more thing plugged in so I don't run out of power on my phone. Here's the thing. I got here like 30 minutes ago, literally, and this is the quickest setup I've ever done, I think. I think my previous record was about 45 minutes. So if I sound a little out of breath, that would be why. I'm still... But I had made contingency plans. I thought, well, you know, if I can't get everything set up, at least I was going to be set up enough to get you a picture and play some sound. But we did manage to get all four of our cameras ready to go. So here we are. Let's see, our first takeoff of the afternoon or evening is American Flight 290. It's going to Roma, 787-8, a 2-year-old plane. So off to Rome. My phone's not charging. I spy here, we've got our first super chats of the day. Kevin Kelly with a $10 super chat. Good evening, Walt. Did you get my email? I don't think I did, or I didn't see it. My day was kind of crazy today. I'll tell you about it. We'll watch this plane take off, and then I'll explain. I had to take my car in for servicing today to the dealership. I had is that a Japan Airlines flight there? What's that doing here? I had a slow leak in one of my tires and it's been going on for weeks, and it got to the point where, in the mornings I would have to fill up my tire. So I was at the dealership all day long today. Now the dealership is just about halfway from my home to the airport, but because I didn't want to bring all my equipment in the car, because I didn't know if they were going to have to keep it overnight because there were some other things that needed to be looked at, I didn't want to leave all my stuff in the car. So I thought, well, we'll get done by early afternoon. I'll head back home, have some lunch. But no, I didn't get out of the dealership till about 4:30. Is that right? Or maybe it was 4, but at any rate, no, it was after 4:30 when I got out of there. So it was a half hour back home. Then I had to load everything up, and then I had to drive down here, scurrying though I did. So it was cutting it pretty close. Now I'm trying to figure out why we don't usually see a Japan Airlines plane here at this time of day. I do not see it on my radar, so I don't know, maybe somebody out there has some inside information about that plane. Yeah, I see it Flamer Smasher MBX car says, I saw British Airways. Yes, we have British. We know that's here. That's the A380 headed back to London after a bit. MR Rice says, good evening, Walt, and all fans around. And yeah, Pittsburgh Don confirms that we do see Japan Airlines over there. Is it parked or is it moving? I can't tell. Did I miss another? Lots of people saying hello. Oh, I missed this one. Lonnie Johansson with a $2 super chat. Good evening from Northeast Kansas, Walt and Mods. Thank you, Lonnie. Luke the Random Spotter is in the house, one of our mods. Hello to you. O'Malley, also moderating the festivities for us this evening. And if I missed anybody, I hope I didn't, but thank you for that. Ronnie Johansson has been a member for 6 months. A Twin Jet member says, good afternoon, Walt and Mods. Thank you, Ronnie, for that. I can't display the anniversary messages with this software that I've got for some reason. I apologize for that. But I have to really put this hardware. It's really hardware. I have to put this hardware through its paces before we go out of town. And Points Traveler wants to know when the Japan Airlines plane leaves. And I don't know. Let me see if I can figure that out. All right, so this may be Japan Airlines flight. I can't see. Flight 11. Supposed to have left at 11:30 this morning. But I don't see that it actually did leave this morning, so maybe that's what that is. And it may all clarify itself for us as we go along. Hey, Kevin Kelly has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. And there's where those words should be, but they're not coming up on the screen. But nevertheless, it is happening. So thank you so much, Kevin Kelly. Still working on things here, so hold on. Oh, I didn't put my alert box up there. That's why we're not seeing alerts. Okay. Well, now we should at least get those alarms coming in, I hope. We're in South Flow today. The planes are landing from the north, taking off in a southerly direction, or to the south. Arriving there right in front of our eyes, American Eagle Flight 3592 from Grand Junction and Embraer 175.
I speak up, April short line, left, 465.
Yeah, Warren says, can't see that JAL flight on Flight Radar 24. I didn't see it either. Beth F. says, good evening. Hope you're staying cool. You are already cool, hee hee. Well, that's so kind of you to say. Flight 1381 coming in from Spokane, Washington, an Airbus A320.
Arnav to be part of 1811, clear for takeoff, Envoy 3937. Left on point, Envoy 38.
Don postulates that perhaps that Japan Airlines flight was a diversion. Well, it's certainly diverting our attention, is it not?
1381.
Got a bad power cord for my phone. Our friend 757 Chip postulates. Where is that? I know I saw it.
Arnav blowing left, clear for takeoff, Envoy 38.
The JAL crew wanted more barbecue, so they delayed the flight. How could you blame them? Kevin Kelly says, Walt, it was hot at UPS today. I can only imagine I mean, despite the automation which is employed to deal with those big containers that come off the jets, there's a lot of outside work to be done on the ramp, driving those vehicles. That's hot work. Kurt Pope, referring back to the Japan Airlines flight, says it appears the flight was canceled, possibly due to the typhoon on Japan's east coast. All right. And the dispatcher says, I've had a lot of anxiety today, so it's nice to calm down and get ready for bed with the calm sound of airplanes and Walt. I'll do my best to remain calm. Speaking of barbecue, Don J. Lowry says, I heard Hard 8 barbecue was good. I haven't tried it. It is, I tell you who's a gigantic fan of that, and that is Kevin and Rudy of Airline Videos Live. I think they ate there I think they made every meal there when they were here last. And O'Malley urging everybody to remain calm. Being calm is kind of a hallmark here at Runway DFW. Well, we just got a glimpse there of a Martin Air propeller-driven plane That one escaped me on the radar, however. Right, Don chiming in says there was an Atlas Air 747-8 scheduled to leave DFW going to Los Angeles at 10 after 7. No, I haven't seen it pop up on the radar. Was I even here? Well, I was here at 7, so if it had departed before we went on the air in that time frame, I would have seen it. So maybe we'll get lucky with a Queen of the Sky that's running a little bit late. Mac Rush fan dubbing me as Nature's Xanax. Well, listen. Everybody relax. Nothing to worry about. Well, what do we got there? American Flight 779. It is going to Los Angeles. An Airbus A321. There is Josh Aldrich, another one of our great mods, saying good evening to everyone. Barbecue talk underway here at Runway DFW. The barbecue guy at Texas Monthly has listed Bartley's Barbecue and Grapevine as a top 10 in Texas. So here goes that flight out to Los Angeles. It's Runway DFW live for you on a steamy Thursday night. Away it goes to the City of Angels. Well, here we are at our outpost. You can see over my shoulder, that shoulder, the tower, the beacon. Look at it, it's already spinning around, the green beacon, which lets airplanes know that indeed they are headed to the right place. United Express Flight 6042. It's going to Houston, Houston Intercontinental George Bush Worldwide Global Airport in Houston. An Embraer 175. It is. We've got a pretty clear view of the Dallas skyline back there.
Hard to have to learn, but pick up more.
Josh Aldrich says, my sister called telling me that for Thanksgiving I will get to plane spot at Lambert St. Louis Airport for a little bit. They're going to St. Louis for Thanksgiving. I hope you'll be able to share some of that with us. I know I must have changed planes at St. Louis at one point over my flying career, but I have no recollection of it. We have some support coming in. It's from Ronnie Johansson. Why are all D1 to 10 called DC and MD called MD, Walt? Well, that's because DC was when the The company that made those planes was owned by McDonnell Douglas, and that dates back to when it was just Douglas Aircraft Corporation. And then MD is when it was McDonnell Douglas. Does that make sense? So DC is from the Douglas Aircraft. I don't know what the C stands for, but MD was for McDonnell Douglas. Been a lot of consolidation in the aircraft manufacturing business over the years. I mean, you know, we're only down to, unless you count the Chinese and Russian manufacturers of what we would call full-sized planes, not commuter planes. You know, well, we're down to Airbus and Boeing. And of course, we've got regional jets, which are made by several manufacturers, most notably Embraer, based in Brazil. Super 80 Adrian sets me straight. It was Douglas Commercial for DC, so that makes sense. Brandon Flaherty says we all need to chip in for a fund to send Walt on the inaugural Fiji flight out of DFW to give us a review. You know, I don't know if I have enough vacation time to do that, even if that was to be arranged. And I haven't even looked. I suspicion that the inaugural flight is probably already booked. Starts up in December, I believe. From here to Fiji, non-stop. But we will be doing traveling next month. In fact, it's now less than a month away. We'll be in Los Angeles on December 13th. I'm sorry, September 13th. September 13th for Cranky Dork Fest weekend. And my plan is to do probably a live shot on that day. What do we have here? Oh, it's the Allegheny livery. Look at that. It's the American Airlines Allegheny Heritage livery. We'll get back to our travels in a moment. Oh, we have to stop down for this handsome devil. Be-striped though it is. I think I saw the American Eagle Heritage livery in the background as we were panning across. There are so many planes on my screen, I can't pick this one out of the assemblage of little yellow rectangles. Which is to say, I can't tell you where it's going. Now I can. It's American Flight 329 going to Boise, Idaho, in Airbus A321. And if you look carefully in the center of this shot, you'll see the American Airlines, the American Eagle Heritage livery, again with the stripe. Very nice. See, we got a moment here. Beth F says, I hope you enjoyed my drawings I sent you. I have a special one planned in the near future, kind of like a special announcement. Let's take a look at the ones that Beth kindly sent to us today. It's an Austrian Airlines 7879. She's definitely got a talent for this. Wouldn't you agree? Why does it have those numbers on there? Oh, no, you don't see those. And then there's this one, the Condor A330 Neo, which I believe she said is in a... does not represent an actual color scheme. Now, they do have those stripes, of course, on the Condor flights, but I think that's a... she picked that color out as a special... just on a whim, I guess. But very nice, handsome drawings from Beth F. Thank you, Beth. We look forward to your future endeavors. Dale Helton says, I have ridden in that Allegheny plane. That is cool. So the accolades are pouring in for our friend Beth F. Have Alaska Flight 575. It's going to Seattle. 7879. No, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 737 900. And Beth, I know you wrote this to me, but she said the color is called Bloom, and it is indeed a custom color. So anybody from Condor Airlines watching, you might want to think about that for a future livery. So where goes the Alaska plane? Off to Coffee Town. I am so glad you could spend a little bit of your evening or afternoon or morning with us here on Runway DFW. Where everything is calm and the grackles are in hearing distance. First Delta of the night. We'll turn camera 1 around to the west for just a second. Give you a brief shot of the sundown in the western sky here at Founders Plaza. Dairyland Elevators queries, where is the American Airlines busiest route from Dallas? Well, I can tell you the busiest route from Dallas, according to the statistics provided by Flight Radar 24, is to Houston Intercontinental with 157 flights over the next 7 days scheduled. Now, American and a number of other airlines fly that route, so it's not American's busiest route, I wouldn't say. And then it depends on how you define a route. You know, is it by the number of planes that go out? Is it by the number of passengers on those planes? Because, of course, if you fly fewer flights but bigger planes, there you go. So, but I don't have those statistics at hand. If I had to guess, I would say American's busiest route in terms of passenger traffic is probably Los Angeles. I mean, they have almost hourly flights between here and there during certain parts of the day. Emeritus says the busiest route by passengers is LAX. Thank you, Emery, for the information and for your very generous super chat. Chip says there's a lot of United flights between Houston and DFW. That is true. Richard Carlisle up there in Indiana says, good evening, Walt and everyone. You know, Richard, I was just looking at those drawings again that you and your family brought to me when we were doing our remote broadcast from Indianapolis. That was such a nice surprise and a treat. Got American Flight 80 coming into view here. This 777-300ER is on its way to London Heathrow Airport. I think it may, however, be making the big turn over to the east side of the facility. And indeed it is. I'm getting that Condor debate going. Anna says, I personally think Condor stripes are cool and different. They stand out. I agree. I mean, they do generate some discussion. But I like it. I see a new member alert there. And that is because Joey Emery has joined as a member of Runway DFW. Thank you, Joey. Welcome to Twin Jet.
All right, take the high-speed Gulf 8, cross 18 left. We are parking west. All right, 85 ground, clear cross 18 left, American 2136.
We have a 777 coming in next. It's not a 777, it's Flight 777 coming in from Las Vegas, an Airbus A321, American Airlines. You see, because, you know, because sevens are lucky numbers and 777 and... So we'll be seeing it come over those undulating trees just seconds from now here on Runway DFW. Getting darker earlier as we get later in the year. Talking about Condor, the only place in Texas where you can see a Condor plane landing and taking off. I don't think they fly to Houston, do they? But they do fly now to San Antonio. In fact, we had plans all made to go to San Antonio for the inaugural flight, but your host came down with a little illness, and so we had to put that off. I still would like to see it. We did see it last year when we were at LAX, a Condor plane. I think it was the green striped one. Sarah R. says, good to catch a stream and have some nice background noise while studying for first solo soon. Hope you're staying nice and cool. You know, I don't know that I could say cool, but I'm not too terribly perturbed as the sun has gone down. We have a little breeze. Yes, I guess some would say it's kind of like being in an air fryer, but whatevs. I'm dipping into my insulated bag now to get my first bottle of water, of which several I will go through tonight, I believe. Kevin Kelly with a $2 super chat. Walt, will you ever stream at Houston Intercontinental George Bush Worldwide Global Airport? And the answer is yes, I will someday. As I pour my water into my insulated mug. Yeah, I'd like to do that from Houston, and I just haven't scheduled. It's a little harder for me to do things like that because I do have a full-time job. And so, and I've only worked at that job for what, 7 years, I think, now. So I don't get like months of vacation time. That's what I'm saying. Now the nice thing is I can really do my job from wherever I am, as long as I got an internet connection. Should be getting close to the time when Big Brother takes off here. There's the tall tail of the A380 British Airways Speedbird. Should be pushing back soon. Dairyland Elevator says, what is the smallest airport you have ever been to? It's hard. I don't know if I could judge what the smallest one has been. I'm sure I've been to some grass strips that, hardly qualify as an airport. Our next arrival is going to be American Flight 584 coming in from Tucson, Arizona. It's an Airbus A321. Be here in about 30 seconds or so. Thought we were going to see a kid trying to escape there. And Roberta says, SAF is the smallest airport I have been to. Santa Fe. Well, I guess you're talking about like real airports. guess as far as small airports, commercial airports, probably would be Cayman Brac Airport. Cayman Brac is an island. It's part of the Cayman Islands in the Caribbean. And it's what about, is it like 60 or 90 miles from the main island? There's this little teeny tiny airstrip on the west side of the island. And, you know, there's no big jets that land there. It's just little puddle jumpers. And Emery with a $2 super chat saying Santa Fe is the smallest airport I've been to too. I guess Santa Fe is a really nice little airport. I saw Noel Phillips' Odyssey the other day. He's a YouTuber who documents his travels, mostly by air. He went to Branson Airport, Branson, Missouri, and that looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a very nice little airport. Josh Aldrich's smallest airport was Kirkville Regional in Missouri. IRK, the ticket agent, was also the security, the fueler, the baggage handler, and the pilot. Now that is a small airport. Brian Henry says, good evening, Walt. My friend is on Delta 496 from JFK, 18 minutes out, but I bet they go east. Sad face. Yeah, typically the JFK flights come in on that side of the airport. Not always, but generally speaking. A little moonshot going tonight. I think the last time we were here, it was just about split down the middle, but it's filling out nicely. Joni Swanson says, I've watched Noel for years. Yeah, he does great great travel reports. I commend him to you if you haven't seen him before. And I'll be doing my Noel Phillips impression when we go on our little excursion to Los Angeles and then to Seoul next month. Sarah Deal, thank you for a $10 super chat. Hey, Walt, I don't think you saw that Kevin is coming to DFW the week of October 14th. Bring out the brisket. Thank you for that. I heard him say something about October, but it didn't sound... when I heard him say October, it didn't sound like it was chiseled in stone quite yet. So that's good to know. I'll have to mark off my calendar. Ian Rhodes says Noel and Jeb Brooks are my favorites. Yeah, they both do very, very nice travel reports. I watch them both. It's a great way to see places that you're probably never going to see. Remember, you're just with a $2 super chat asking, where is the United Airlines jet going to? And that aircraft he speaks of is that one there. It's off to San Francisco. It's an Airbus A319. No, that's not right. Yes, that's right, but I pressed the wrong button here. Yes, off to San Francisco goes that plane. A 21-year-old baby bus. We're going to have to increase the exposure on that shot, aren't I? We've got somebody giving away some memberships here. Thank you to whoever did that. We're going to have some new members pop up on the screen there. Oh, and there's the giant Speedbird has pulled away from the gate. The plane that was arriving in the foreground, American Eagle Flight 3889, coming in from Monterrey in Mexico. I definitely have to do something with that shot. Hold on here. Oh, I see what happened there. Okay, well look, the stadium lights have come on here. And I think I fixed this camera exposure. Arriving from Denver, American Flight 1832, and Airbus A321. Frank Nichols asking if I'll be streaming on the 24th. I'll swing by if so. Frank, as I wish I could be more specific about days when I'm going to be here, but there's just so many variables that I can't make any promises. Check with me closer to the date. What is today? The 15th? Yeah, I usually only can plan out a couple of days in advance. What we got here? American Eagle 4992. Did it escape our attention? No, there it is. CRJ 701ER. This one's going to Flagstaff, Arizona. And I do believe I saw a little something pop up here from our great channel sponsor, James Webb. A $200 super chat lighting up the screen. James, thank you so much. James, the official I'm all choked up. James, the official channel sponsor of Runway DFW, and thank you for all you do for this channel, Mr. Webb. And we'll be seeing you next month at the Cranky Dork Fest weekend. And welcome to everybody here. Okay, somebody gave memberships. See if I can find those. Michael Trout gifted a membership. Michael Trout, channel member, so thank you for that. And with my hectic day, do you know what I didn't do? Because I was at the car dealership all day, I did not get to prepare a list, our thank you crawl for our members. I'll probably play the previous one just to make sure that we get some acknowledgement. But if you're a new member as of our was it Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. If you're a new member as of then, you won't be on our list tonight, I'm afraid. Ryan Paulding says, good evening, my friend. Walt, isn't the Japan Airlines the same one from last time at the South location? Well, when we were, I don't know if you're talking about we went to the south end of the airport a couple of weeks back, a couple Saturdays ago, I think it was, when we had North Flow going, and we had a Qatar plane and an Air France plane parked where the Japan Airlines jet is currently. Let's see if we can swing over here just a little bit. And you can kind of make out a Qatar A350 1000 there behind the Japan Airlines plane. And do I have a way to zoom in? A little bit. But that area is kind of adjacent to what will be Terminal F, which they're fixing to build just south of Terminal D here at the big airport. Ian Rhodes says, no, I won't be on the crawl today. Well, we'll try to make it up by putting your name up there, Ian. I really apologize for that. It has been a day of hecticity. Is that a word? We like to make up new words here on Runway DFW. So if it's hectic, we have hecticity. There's me. And I should point out that we have 3 MD-11s over there at UPS HQ. There's 2 of them right there. And in fact, the one in the foreground, the cargo door is closed. Could that be a good omen for us? Let's check out the front of the plane, see if there's any tugs being attached there. It looks like it's waiting for propulsion. Mike Cruz says, hey, Walton, everyone. Rob Blackman says, greetings, Walt and DFW family. Dairyland Elevators asks, when is your trip to Seoul? Well, I got to do calculations here. I'm traveling to Los Angeles from DFW on American Airlines the morning of Friday the 13th, Friday, September 13th. And I'm not particularly superstitious, so I'm not worried about that. Then, let's see, Saturday would be the 14th, Sunday would be the 15th, Monday would be the 16th. So the 16th is when I shall be getting on a Korean Air A380 to go to Seoul. And I'm taking you with me, virtually anyway. I wish I could take you all with me personally, but I can't make that promise, unfortunately. YouTube won't let me make promises like that. American Flight 2073 is off to San Diego. It's an Airbus A321. But anyway, I've got me a cool little camera, kind of unobtrusive, but can use it to record my comings and goings, and it can also go live too when we've got a connection, so that should be interesting. Mr. Ian Rhodes has gifted 5 Runway DFW membership. And I can put your icon there on the screen, but it doesn't say anything, unfortunately. But thank you for that, Ian, boosting our membership tally. Maurice asking a question that a lot of people, I'm sure, ask: is there a dedicated plane spotting spot at DFW? And yes, you are looking at it. Well, you will be here in a second. Well, I'll punch this camera up. This is it. It's DFW Founders Plaza. It's on the northwest side of the airport. It's got parking spaces. It's got almost everything you'd want. It's got parking spaces. It's got places to picnic. So people come and gather. They bring their kids. You can bring some food and chow down while the planes touch down. It's really nice, and we thank DFW Airport for providing us with this facility. And it's free. And despite what you might see online, it's open 24 hours a day, as best I can tell, because I've been here most of those hours at one point or another. Ryan says, well, hopefully AVL will be covering your flight to Seoul. Well, I haven't consulted with Kevin about that. That's going to be a pretty busy weekend for him, because that's, and I must say, the first time I was at LAX last year for Cranky Dork Fest weekend, Kevin couldn't have been more helpful to me in helping me get my bearings and providing transportation when needed. But I think I figured out how to be independent this time, so I will not be imposing on the great Kevin, but it will be good to see him and Rudy again, and all of some of you who will also be at Cranky Dork Fest weekend.
Sierra 11 727 check in, visual 18 right.
Let's see, let's see if this works. I made a little preview of I was in Korea 8 years ago. That was my only time there. My son lives there and works there. And so these images that you're about to see are from that visit. So this is the landing at Seoul Incheon Airport. It was it's a pretty hazy day that day, and I did not have good camera equipment as far as moving shots. So a lot of these are stills. But there's my first steps on Korean soil. And there I am walking towards the customs area. All sorts of crazy things. A CNN cafe. This is the Gangnam district. There's activity on a bus there in Seoul. There's me down by the river. There's a look at traffic. A lot of buses there. There's the Blue House, the parliament, or the presidential residence. There's a Good Time Hotel, the Hot Dog New York Coffee, crazy. Seoul is quite a cosmopolitan city, and it's just crisscrossed by rail, heavy rail, light rail, subways. Don't get bonked on the head. There's a look down in the subways, some interesting drinks to be had, money. Coughing Road. I went to McDonald's, but that's a little more higher end meal there. That's good stuff. Traditional Korean attire. Going down to the subway. This is a montage that YouTube made for me. Shopping district. There's me and Hal. Bus stop. On a bus. To the different. Just a great place to, yes, that's hot. And they also have Oreos. So there's a ticket place. There's a tall tower from which you can view the landscape. There's a military. There's me and my son. And there I am in North Korea. That's me standing in North Korea at Panmunjom. And I think that's the end of that tour. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. And I look forward to bringing you all with me to Korea. Coming up next month, I'll arrive in Korea on the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. Well, look there. There's the big Speedbird, which appears to have turned around. Texas Gal 07 saying that. So, the 4-engined double-decker is, we're going to have to wait a little longer to see what happens to it, but it's not going out right now. It just made a big circle and going back. We don't see any, emergency vehicles or anything, so. Dreambird says, Korean Oreos? Did you buy some? There were so many interesting things to eat there that, no, I didn't get any. But I did want to document that. O'Malley says, Speedbird having second thoughts. Mike Cruz says, I visited Seoul and Incheon in 1986 when I was in the Navy. I could only imagine that it's changed quite a bit since then. In fact, in just the time since I've been there, They tore down entire blocks where my son had been living to build new gleaming residential towers. I think we're about to see. Well, we've got a plane going out there. Got an A300 pushing back. That one's going to Chicago Rockford International Airport. It's an Airbus A300. Flyer KG with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Hi, Walt. Thanks for sharing those pics. I always remember leaving Incheon 10 a.m. and arriving at Chicago O'Hare 8 a.m. the same day. Yeah, the international date line can kind of mess you up. Sarah liked the pictures. Thank you for that. Randy Bucksbaum says, good evening, everyone. Kevin Hamilton with a commentary on the British Airways jet. Typical Englishman driving as if he's in a roundabout. Well, I guess that's kind of what happened there. But we just don't know why. Scotty H says, friends on an American flight, on an American 777 from London, 26 minutes out. Well, let us hope that it comes in our direction. We'd love to share that with you and them. Raptor 2, Speedbird 192 back at the gate. Brandon is asking, what happened to the JAL plane again? Sorry, I was getting food at In-N-Out. I don't have, we don't have any official information. We just saw it pull out and then we saw it go back in. So, I'm sure there are more than a couple of disappointed passengers on that plane. Take a look at the front of the of one of the MDs in front of us. Can't tell. Is that a tug there? It's tough looking at these tiny screens. Yeah, somebody in the chat was saying that there's a typhoon off the coast of Japan currently, which may have something to do with why the Japan Airlines plane is remaining here as opposed to going back. Dreambird says, I'm starting to wonder if Korea Oreos taste different or if they're exactly the same in the US. You got me hooked now. All the food in the photos look so good. Yeah, I had even more food photos. We'll probably have to do at least one segment. I don't know if it'll be live or not, but we'll have to do at least one segment about Korean food. And, you know, fortunately, I have my son who's lived there now for the better part of a decade. He went to school there and then is now living and working there. I always like to give him a plug. He's a journalist at nknews.com. Or is it .org? I'll just look up NK News. He's on the staff. His specialty is satellite photo analysis, although he does a lot of other things too, but he's really good at that. Once again, this is Flight 755 UPS going to RFD Airport in the Chicagoland area. Jethead wants to know, do I prepare myself for the time difference? Well, you know, I've only been that far in that direction once before. I didn't really, I think I'm just so excited about going to this foreign place. Of course, it won't be quite the same as the first time I went because I will have already been there, so you know I kind of know my way around. I know how to do the stuff, but yet I am, yes, very excited about going, and I think just the adrenaline is enough to keep me going. We have a super chat, which I'll get to here momentarily.
Takeoff cross 1 inch left, over the ground. Line someone Runway 3601.
O'Malley lets us know that the British Airways Flight 192 official status is unknown. Okay, so I'm seeing where is this? Flyer KG, I see your super chat. It's not appearing on the buttons I can push here to show it to everybody, but thank you for a $10 super chat. Flyer KG says, hi Walt, thank you for sharing those pics. I always remember leaving Incheon at 10 p.m. Oh, we did do that one. Okay, I'm a little behind here then, I guess. Sorry. But thank you again for that super chat. I just didn't want to miss one. Ryan Paulding says to fly on an A380 adds to the enjoyment, although I haven't flown yet on one. But darn, they are beautiful, love to fly, and hopefully in my lifetime. Well, this knocks off one of those. I don't really have a bucket list, but the A380 flight does knock one aircraft off the list that I'd always wanted to get on. The other one is still a 747, even though I was quite around when the 747 made its debut more than 50 years ago. I've never been on one. I've never had the occasion. I've been on a DC-10, been on an L-1011. I've been on a variant of the 707 called the 720, Boeing 720. Been on lots of 727s, but I've never been on a 747. So I do hope to rectify that at some point. Of course, the opportunities are dwindling as time marches on. To get on one, I'd probably either have to make a connection somewhere like Frankfurt, or, well, I guess there is a Japanese airline that flies 747s back and forth from Honolulu, if I'm not mistaken. I've told the story before, but when the 720, the Boeing 720 I went on was the first real, commercial aircraft I'd ever been on. I think my dad took us on a little single-engine plane flight once when we were younger. But we were going from New York area, I can't remember which airport, to Orlando. But to tell you how long ago that was before there was a Disney World in Orlando. We were going there so we could rent a car and drive to Cape Canaveral to see stuff. But my one memory of that trip was pulling out the emergency card, the laminated card from the seat pocket back, and being so disappointed when I looked at it and it didn't say 707, because 707 was the plane that that was the jet age. That's what everybody was talking about. And it said 720, and I thought, I got gypped. What is that? And I found out later that it's kind of a variant of the 707. Hello.
You got quite a setup.
Yeah, it's got a few things going on. Anthony Guinan letting us know that it's ANA that flies flies 380s to Honolulu. Well, I gotta find me a 747 one of these days. So there's the British Airways Speedbird Gigantico. Ron C. says, I've spent more hours sitting in a seat on an MD-80 than any other airline. And Flyer KG says the only variant of 707 I've ever flown on was a KC-135. Jay West says, big fan of the Dallas Skyline in the background of this shot, as we see our first Spirit aeroplane of the evening. It's an Airbus A320 Neo going to Los Angeles, flight 3709. just about 9 o'clock. You know, I really need to turn things over to the to our night side presentation. So I think after this plane is up in the air, we'll do that. A bit of a breeze. All right, let's why don't we do this? We haven't done this in it. Let me see, do we still have it? Well, what I was looking for, I don't have. So we'll do this. Yeah, we're laid back here, right? This is what we want. So you're watching Runway DFW live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport as we transition to our After Dark motif. Switch out our little bug here from blue to black. There we go. Thanks for stopping by, Runway DFW. It's exactly 9 o'clock according to my watch on this Thursday, August 15th. We'll be here with you probably for another hour or two. We'll see. We waited the other night for the Qantas flight back to Sydney, and it never materialized. It didn't get to Dallas that day. So I'm hoping that we'll get to give you a flying roux as our sign off tonight. Well, we're still getting radar signaling here that one of our MD-11s is going to be departing. We've got 3. There's 2 right there in that picture. And then there's a 3rd one, which is behind a wall, which we can pretty much only see the tail and the top half of the fuselage. There's some cargo being loaded into one of those planes there. There's Luke, the random spotter, one of our great mods and channel members, and I'm back just in time for the Runway DFW After Dark. Jake Hagney, always great stream. Thank you, Walt. Thank you for watching. Josh Aldrich wants to know if you've clicked the like button yet. Well, that's important to help us find our way among all these YouTube streams. There's so much great stuff on YouTube.
1681, running visual, warning right north of. Warning right, third lane.
I see Flight 81 coming in from London Heathrow. That is American Airlines Flight 81. It's a 777. One of our viewers commented on that earlier. It looks as though it is positioning itself to land on the east side of the airport. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of it anyway when it gets close. It's still about 3-4 minutes away. And to explain to everybody, DFW Airport is divvied up into two sides, east and west. I don't have my maps here for you, do I? I kind of do. So there we are. We're in South Flow tonight. The red arrow points the direction. So we're where that blue dot is, overlooking runways 18 right and 18 left. They're north-south runways. There's also runway 13 right over there on the left side of your screen, which we cannot see from here. We don't see the planes until they taxi across the main runways here. And then over on the east side, there's 4 runways. I don't believe 13 left would be operational tonight, but 17 right is the typical takeoff runway, and 17 center and 17 left are landing runways. So that's the layout here at Founders Plaza. Or at DFW Airport. We're at Founders Plaza again, where the blue dot is there on the upper left hand, the top left center of your screen. That sets you up for where we are. This camera pointing to the east. That's the east tower there in the center of the shot, and the green building there on the right is in downtown Dallas. That is that's the Bank of America tower. Tallest building in Dallas. Josh Aldrich, I hear tell that they're going to build the tallest building in the world in Oklahoma City. I don't know why, but...
No idea. We've called them about 3 times.
So that flight was American 1681 arriving from El Paso, Texas. An Airbus A300. Now let's see if we can see. It might be tough. But let's see if we can find that 777 coming in from London Heathrow, shall we? Point our camera over yonder. I believe this is it. So one of our viewers has some people they know on this plane. And again, it's coming in on the east side of the airport, so we won't get to see it actually touch down. We'll just get to kind of watch it as it glides through the sky and disappears behind buildings. And we transition over to our side of the airfield. This plane arriving from Los Angeles, American Flight 2833. Don't see any movement yet on the MD-11 over there, so we'll keep an eye on that. Looks like that flight, that plane there, the A321, which was destined for Vancouver, it has made a U-turn at the top of runway 18 left, ceding its place in line to another aircraft, at least for the time being. So we don't know why it turned around. Lonnie Johansson with a $2 super chat. What runway did Delta Flight 191 L1011 crash on in 1985? That, well, was coming in. I don't know if they had all the same runways back then. The airport was only open for 10 years at that point. And I think they've built some new runways between now and then. But it was coming in on the east side of the airport, not the side that we are on. And it didn't quite get to the runway, unfortunately. But Lonnie, thank you for that $2 super chat. American Flight 364, Airbus A319 is just about to get here from Austin, Texas. There it is. Aviation Geek channel member is checking in, says hello everyone. I was cleaning my cat's litter box. Well, that's one of my duties when I get home from a grueling night at DFW Airport. British Airways Flight 192 is still on the radar. But it is most definitely parked at Terminal D after making a U-turn. And I don't see any flight information about it currently. Here's an American Eagle E-Jet coming in from Harlingen, Texas. Anthony Guinan says, Walt, you can fly the 747 if you want to fly from Los Angeles to Seoul or Frankfurt. You know, I don't know that I saw that Korean Air was going to resume 747 flights from Los Angeles in October, but I don't think they're, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think they're currently flying that aircraft type. between LAX and Seoul. Maybe I'll double check. Because I would, if I had my druthers, I'd probably rather get on a 747. As I think the A380s, at least by way of Qatar, will be flying around for at least a decade more for passengers. This is Turkish flight 192, sorry. It's going to Istanbul. It's a Dreamliner -9. This just in. This just in from the O'Malley newsroom. Speedbird 192 update. Estimated departure 9:40 p.m. 9:40 p.m. That's what, like not even a half hour from now. That's a bulletin from O'Malley. Breaking indeed. Thank you, O'Malley. I've got another E-Jet coming in, this one from El Paso, Texas, out there in the west part of the state. Flight 3854 is that. Before, or to be more poetic about it, Air I Forget. Let's say thanks to our channel members. And again, I sincerely apologize for this this information being a little bit outdated because I didn't update it today. So this is as of Tuesday afternoon. If you're a new member since then, I apologize. We'll have you on our next crawl. But we do like to thank channel sponsor James Webb, of course. Thank you, James, for your tremendous support of the channel for more than a year now. And we would like to say a shout out to our Quad Jet members, the highest level of membership here at Runway DFW. And the list begins alphabetically, as always, with 757 Chip, as I recall. Yes, there he is. So thank you, 757 Chip. Then we have A-list flyer Chris, Alan J, Anna the Dispatcher, who we heard from earlier, Beaker and Honeydew, chiming in regularly, mods for us, Beve, Cubs Win, Deborah Klein, Dimitri H, Dwayne C, James Webb, Josh Aldrich, Kai, Kevin Kelly, KS Avgeek, Lori M, Michelle Flannery, Michelle RS, or Michael Flannery, I apologize, Michael Flannery. Yikes. Michelle RS, Mike G, Pete Nordine. I'm reading off a small screen here. Our equestrian champion, Raina Taylor, Sarah Deal, the real deal, from Boston, Skittles from the Northwest, Steve Lundaby, and Will Hutchison. Those are our Quad Jet members. Thanks to all of you. And now you will see the balance of the Runway DFW membership as of Tuesday afternoon. And again, apologies for not being up to the minute on that. I had kind of an unusual day. I was at the car dealership a lot longer than I expected to. Like from 8:15 until 4 p.m. That's flight 1322 coming in from Denver, Colorado. Airbus A321. Here's me. Look, I've got like a halo around my head. See what the status of this MD-11 is here. Well, we're gonna do a swish pan because we got Turkish Streamliner headed out to Istanbul. One reason I have 4 cameras is to avoid doing swish pans like that, but sometimes Ronnie Johansson with $2 super chat notes that there's no flight 191 in the U.S. anymore. And look what's sneaking out on us here. Flight 765 UPS in MD-11 going to the home, its main home in Louisville.
$19.96.
As you might expect, a 20th century plane, and it is on a trajectory to go over to the east side for takeoff, we regret to say.
Max 2747, we're at Delta 22.
So what this plane's going to do is
high speed here, Whiskey Lima, cleared cross, 18 left, 0.85, Max 2747.
going to be making a left turn here, headed across runways 18 right and 18 left on its way to the east side, if my prediction is correct. So we'll see if we can stay undistracted enough to bring you the at least the lift off of this plane from the east side. We can't see it actually wheels up from the ground, but we can see it as it goes up in the sky. But we'll follow along with this distinctive silhouette of an MD-11 with Terminal D, the international terminal in the background there. There's the original control tower there in the center of the airport. Ian Rhodes says, "Ah, dang, get back from a shower to see a tri-jet go in the wrong direction." Well, as we always say, Josh Aldrich repeats, 3 engines are greater than 2. But then Claire C says 4 engines are even better. Well, that is mathematically correct, Claire. 4 is greater than 3, but 3 is greater than 2. Polina Makievsky says, "Hello, Walton Mods." Greetings to you, Paulina. Nicholas Orozco says, "Tuned in from Pecos, Texas. Any banana birds yet?" We have seen 1 or 2. I suspect we'll see more as we go along. You have now seen the cavalcade of tri-jet members. They're crawling across the bottom of your screen now. On to the twin jet members, and again, this is as of Tuesday. When what do we have here? Look at that. There's the American Eagle Heritage livery, which we saw from afar earlier. I didn't see it step up to the plate here. Hey, you know what else we've got going on? We've got a Kalitta Air 747-400 going to Anchorage, which has lit up the radar. We should be seeing that presently. So we've got that to look forward to. We have the anticipated departure of the British Airways Speedbird to London, the Super Speedbird. So some heavy stuff going on here at Runway DFW for you, along with all the usual stuff. Like presenting itself in front of us. That wasn't a good sentence. We have an Airbus A300 of the UPS variety. It's going to Ontario, California. Airbus A306. I mean, so an Airbus A300. A 21-year-old bird with the West Tower there in the background. Flyer KG says 747 pilot to MD-11 pilot. We've got an extra engine we don't need right now. Want to borrow it? By the way, let me check the status of that UPS plane over there on the east side. Couldn't have left already, could it have? No, it looks like it's either next to takeoff or... Well, that is a screen. Well, the A300 is going to take off here on the west side, so that's nice. Our moderator, Josh Aldrich, says, time to head to bed. Have a great night, and thank you for joining us today on Runway DFW. Josh, thanks so much for your service to Runway DFW. We'll see you next time. All right, so MD-11 is next to take off. There's a little American Eagle jet ahead of it. As you can see there, the British Airways Speedbird has not yet pulled out of its berth at Terminal D, I don't think. Should be headed out soon. And we say goodnight to Polina Makiewski. Good night to you. Thanks for popping in. All right, we're going to set up to see if we can bring you the liftoff of the UPS MD-11. Headed to Louisville. That's not it there. The last time we were on, we saw a UPS MD go about 100 feet. I believe it was on Tuesday night. Went about 100 feet and then it pulled back in. It didn't even go back to its original berth. It just went to the nearest parking spot, and it spent about an hour there before they figured out whatever it was they needed to figure out, and it took off again. I believe there's an Avianca there. Well, I'll tell you that in just a minute. We're seeing if we can find the UPS MD-11 going up here. Well, we'll just hope that our aviation overlords will favor us with a west side takeoff for one of the two remaining MD-11s here at DFW Airport on this Thursday night.
We have our numbers. We're ready to go whenever you're ready.
Thank you again to all of our Runway DFW channel members. I do believe over on this side we've got the A300 about to blast off. Once again, this is going to Ontario, California.
On the way, 1 left, and that's 434.
Cargo action
Delta 21, sir.
on a Thursday night.
My whole short
Ooh, that had a very early rotation.
Cleared across for 1173 at Whiskey. Oh, it's A19, is this good?
All right, royalty on approach. Coyote Air flight 814 going to Anchorage, 747-400.
$19.92.
And that's a 20th century airframe. So if we play our cards right, we'll see a king and a queen take off tonight from DFW.
Alright, Whiskey Kilo, short of 181.
Tower 2814, we're just holding short here. There's like a Coyote or something on the taxiway.
I believe I heard the word coyote being said by either a dispatcher or an aircraft.
My left, I'm waiting for 35. Let's talk to F9 46. Runway 34, 65, visual 1 here. Okay, 1 right, 60 minute, over 64.
Beto Basilio, greeting us from Arkansas. Hello, Beto. Look at those stripes.
That's B4, 20 left, good takeoff on board 35. 20 left, line of the way to break down, 577.
As you probably know, we are a fan of bestriped fuselages here at Runway DFW. Looks like somebody's been eating some brownies. And by the way, this is Runway DFW. They weren't regular brownies. I added a special ingredient to make them extra good. I mean, yes, they did come out of a box, but did a little magic happen with them. I did get to have one bite, so. Although I think my bite was judged to have been a little bit too large. Wookie59 says a lot of those 47s Colitas at LAX, some are just all white, no paint. Yeah, those ghost planes. We see that. We see one of those very occasionally. I'm sure you see a lot more of those at LAX than here. Super 80 Adrian popping out the Brownie emojis. I like the brownies. We have kind of like cream cheese swirled through them. I like that kind. So this plane is waiting now. I think it's got the clearance to cross 18, right? Waiting for incoming traffic to go by.
Echo with Foxtrot for 124.
This plane destination Anchorage, so we should see it take off from 18 left. Very nicely lit up for us tonight, Colita Air. Thank you. Randy Bucksbaum saying good night. Good night, Randy. I can't put your message on the screen right now, but it's good to see you again. Vince Kowaleski is also a fan of cream cheese brownies. Luke the Random Spotter saying one of the convenience stores in our small town makes what they call kitchen sink brownies. It's a brookie with cookie crumbles, M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, and a little cream cheese swirled in. I guess that might be good for some people. That sounds like a little much for me. But to each their own. So if only the A380 would come this close to us. They turn around before they get up this far recently.
Takeoff on the left on that line,
So this big jet has an American flight to Los Angeles in front of it, flight 1641, an Airbus A321 Neo. There you see it kind of poking out of the picture there. There it is on our camera too. Off to the City of Angels. And the Coyote Air Queen now making a big turn, and C5 Allen says Singapore 747 is pinging now. Ooh, it is indeed. That one's going to Brussels. It's another 747-400. Not quite as old as this one is. This is a, as we noted before, a 20th century plane. So you have arrived for the royalty hour here at Runway DFW. You may have seen there briefly in the background the British Airways Speedbird is, or has now disembarked from Terminal D. And it's going to give it another try.
Good question. We've let ops know that we are waiting for a closeout, so we put the next into it, yeah. Okay, cross of 18 left at Whiskey Fox. We'll make the 180 and hold short of 18 left at Whiskey Golf.
Alrighty, so Super Speedbird is on the move. If you're just joining us, this aircraft pulled back from Terminal D, I'm going to say about an hour ago, began taxiing as though it was going to take off, and then it made a U-turn and went back to the terminal. We don't know why. If you're a passenger on that plane and you're watching, and the captain has told you something, let us know. A new subscriber, Jose, welcome to Runway DFW. Hope to see you in the chat soon. And just to keep you entirely up to date, Singapore Airlines Flight 7951, Singapore Cargo, is also on the move. That's a 747-400 going to Singapore, going to Brussels. So should we wait here for the Singapore Airlines cargo? Claire C says, my little one is tucked into bed and I'm here to watch and enjoy. Okay, well, we'll try to keep it nice and quiet. We won't make too much noise. I don't see it moving at the moment, so we have to hold off on our head-on shot. But yeah, Super Speedbird is on the move, so more action for you four-engined fans. I mean, I know it's like it's just taxiing. It's not exactly action, but
right, click around and point east of it.
Good night, American 1744.
That was American Flight 2198 going to Sacramento, California, an Airbus A321. And looks like we've lost camera 2. Ooh, let's see here. It's getting power. It's feeling a little hot. I think it may have gotten the vapors there. So we're down to 3 cameras. There's our quad camera look there, and camera 2 is in the lower right-hand corner there, which, well, I've got it turned off right now, so we'll see what happens. So there you see, I believe this is flight 767, UPS, on the move. This one's going to Louisville, being pushed back.
$19.93.
Celebrating its 31st birthday earlier this year in June, and it is being pushed back tails out. Despite the appeal from the random spotter, the tail is to the north. And, well, that means for us, it's going to go over to the east side, most likely. No, says O'Malley. Ian Rhodes is gonna cry. Bad tri-jet, naughty no, says Luke. And O'Malley, I implore you to watch your language. This is a family channel, as you probably know. You're a moderator, you should know that. It's what you call a mild oath, I think, in old-timey parlance. Well, you know, we got kind of sidetracked by this. Let me see what's happening with our Speedbird pal here. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean that way. Well, it's in a hurry. It's going. There it goes. British Airways A380 off to London Heathrow. Taking off again from the short tee.
We'll wait for respect. We just need to check down the runway.
But this will not be our last four-engined aircraft of the evening.
Yeah, we'll wait. American 591.
Because coming up behind this MD-80 is a 747. Austin Swafford says, "Hi Walt, just saying hi before going to bed." Hello to you, Austin. Here comes that Queen in the background. Can you see it? And behind the exhaust of engine 1.
Runway 4105. Do you have to spot that Coyote? We'll just go ahead here.
More Coyote talk. Look at that, we have camera 2 back. So this plane, dating back to the year 2004, celebrating its 20th birthday last month.
No front to 122, take with Kilo. Said IC, so overtake IC. Don't take cross 1 left 185, Max 2732.
Cross 185, Yankee, Echo, VCC, Foxtrot, for 180. Left, for 79. 511.
Little buttons on my screen are a little too close together, I guess.
70 TA on the vehicle.
So the Queen of the Sky is coming to see us. Just to get a little closer. The tri-jet is trucking over to the east side. Got some spectators in the way of our shot here. And we're about to see the MD point its way over the bridge there to the east side. There it is. So we'll try to keep an eye on that and see if we can capture its ascension. All air horns are simulated. It would be funny if their head snapped, if that gentleman's head snapped around when I hit that button. Clear Sea, a fan of the Singapore livery. It looks like the UPS MD-11 has 17 right all to itself. Over there on the east side. We do have one more tri-jet over here next to us. Let's see if we get a little better luck with this one as far as departure runways go. See a south tail here. Here's our tri-jet number 3. This one's going to Chicago Rockford International Airport. Now we're just about to pull away here as this plane backs out in front of us. We're going to see if we can bring you the departure of Flight 767 to Louisville, the UPS Worldport.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought he was coming out to sweep the runway for us.
Okay, so it is running down the runway. 17 right. little fuzzy from this distance, but there goes tri-jet number 2. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present tri-jet number 3. Ian Rhodes says, well, I was going to go to bed after Singapore took off, but now we've got a tri-jet on our side. I've got to stick around. I guess I do too. Yin A350 with a greeting for everyone. Hello there, Yin. Just a reminder that you're watching Runway DFW After Dark, coming to you live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. 12 minutes after 10 o'clock in the central time zone of the USA. Stephanie Davey says, hey everyone, love these plane sounds to end my evening from a colossally bad training session with my chocolate lab puppy, Bad Dog. She did not have her listening ears on tonight. Well, gotta love your dog. Blinking at us.
up by the right, join for Liberty 6148 heavy. Envoy 4105.
Where's it going? Did Walt say? Walt did say. Walt, at one point Walt said it's going to Chicago Rockford International Airport in Illinois. Then we got Iberia on the march. That is making the turn, it appeared, well, is it? No, I think we're going to see it over here on the west side tonight. Iberia flight 6148 going to Madrid.
Envoy 4105.
Upper white 1 left, please shake 50.
I lost track of that trite jet.
Good night, American 591.
Tri-jets are unique, says Claire. RWB Jr. says, thank you for having me on another stream. Love it. Well, it wouldn't be the same without you. So we have a passel of planes in line to take off. About 7 or 8 by my reckoning.
Condor Sea Park, just take up 20 left, please shake 80.
20 left on the point, tower 4997.
There goes American Eagle 5086 to Wichita, CRJ 900 LR.
Flight 3223, 1
I hit that button again. I don't mean to be hitting that that opening sequence.
Departure Envoy 4105, good night.
Another regional jet headed out to Grand Island, American Eagle 4987, a CRJ 701 ER. O'Malley says that logjam's been there a while, not sure what the holdup is or was. But Luke says they're all admiring the tri-jet. And why not? Okay, next out is American 2248. It's going to the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco. As we have a Frontier flight coming in. Can't quite make out what's on the tail there. The Frontier plane coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, with Cookie the Oriole. It's funny, we were talking about Oreo cookies earlier in the broadcast. Korean Oreo cookies. There's that Iberia jet. That's an A330, I think. Yeah, Airbus A330 300 going to Madrid, flight 6148. Waiting patiently its turn as another regional jet departs, and that means there are now only 5 planes remaining to head off in this this batch. Our tri-jet among them.
Line up runway 1 left, right at 2600.
And yeah, I don't know what the holdup is. There's an Airbus A321 going to Ontario, California. The same. It's flight 1162, it appears. So we see a plane taking off on the east side, simultaneously and at the same time. But don't worry, I like to be redundant and repeat myself. Next out, I don't think we'll follow this one. That's American Flight 2628 off to Omaha. 737-800. Still no movement from the tri-jet or the Iberia A330. Should be getting close to the time when we see the Flying Roo make an appearance. I better look this up because, as I said the other night, they weren't flying.
Good night, sir.
So Qantas Flight 8 scheduled to depart at 10:15. So it is already 10 minutes in arrears. It's a 777. It's a 787 Dreamliner -9. So yeah, it says estimated departure 10:15. So it should be making an appearance on the radar momentarily. That's usually our signature final flight of the night.
Copy, line up and wait, runway 18 left, nav, Iberia 148 heavy.
Well, looks like we have Iberia on the move, ever so slightly.
After departure, left in 160 and climbing flight level horizon 10,000 feet, clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, Iberia 6148 heavy. 36, departing line. Wait, 20 left, GPS 753 heavy. Roll.
A little glow from the moon as it banks to the left. And Ian says, finally, UPS lining up. It's past his bedtime. Qantas Flight 8 now on the radar.
We're going to the east side. Hotel 18, that's right. 1494. UPS 753, have a good night.
It is off. And we'd like to acknowledge a $20 super chat from Roberta Gomez. Hi, Walt, she says. Also known as Runway DFW with a happy face. Thank you so much, Roberta, for that very kind contribution to our efforts here.
Copy that, 190, clear for takeoff, 10,000 American, 2224. Running left on the way, American, 371.
American Flight 2224 going to Portland, Oregon. Airbus A321 on runway DFW after dark. And wait a minute. Whoa. That is close to a... What was that? I'm trying to listen to the... I heard something about cutting the engine. Rejected takeoff, RTO. I've seen some rejected takeoffs, never one that's made it that far down the runway before. I've seen them start to roll and then slow down, but that one really looked like it was taking off.
All right, left 180, whiskey and golf, echo, whiskey, foxtrot, American.
Super 80 Adrian says that was at some speed. I'm having a hard time hearing, but O'Malley says they're reporting fuel and souls on board. I don't see any emergency equipment headed in that direction, at least not at the moment. Well, there is a vehicle going to the left of me. It may have to use that route to get to where it's going. And now I do see emergency vehicles. And they're going directly over there. So, it looks like operations on 18 left. I don't know if they'll still continue or not. I couldn't tell if this plane was able to pull off of the runway. And it doesn't look like these vehicles are going over there, but I don't think they can go directly across the runway. But there's it's a full component of emergency vehicles right now. If you're just joining us, that was American Flight 2224 to Portland, an Airbus A321. It's there in the center of your screen. We saw it start rolling down 18 left, runway 18 left. Was picking up speed and then it slowed down and stopped. It's an 8-year-old Airbus A321. And the first emergency vehicles are now arriving at it. I don't believe I can. See if I can I zoom in any more on this?
one, yeah, we pulled those numbers up now, and for your planning purposes, you got to get one about 12 minutes here before we sign out. They turn over when I read it. American 0.390, plan 18, right?
Rob Skirmy says, I've experienced a high-speed rejected takeoff with American. Very exciting. Burnt rubber smell from tires. The pilot's airspeed indicator died just before rotating on an MD-80. Yikes. So I don't believe I see any evidence of passenger emergency deployment chutes being deployed. Dialed into the emergency frequency here. I don't know if that will give us any more information.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, hey, fire commander. Yeah, perfect. 24. Okay, you just want to take a look. Our brake should be fine. I'm looking at the temperatures. The highest is about 435 on the number 3 wheel. As long as you don't see anything down there that's out of the ordinary, it's fine. Small stuff.
I heard something about brakes. Sarah Deal experienced an RTO while on a runway in the Virgin Islands. It was scary. So it looks like they waited to approach the plane, perhaps just out of precaution. But as you can see, operations are continuing on the adjacent runway. This plane did make it over to a taxiway. I'll repeat if you're just tuning in. You're looking at American Airlines Flight 2224. They're in the center of your screen. It was just taking off to Portland, Oregon on that A321. Got, I don't know, maybe half a mile down the runway, and it rejected the takeoff. And there it sits.
What about Shark 71 as well?
So we know about as much as you do here at Runway DFW. You probably know more than me.
1504 Netty, 18 right, park.
2390, get the tower, that's my final runway, 18 right,
18 right, line of ways, American 2390.
American 2224, I'll be on this frequency as well on 135.7. Just let me know what your gate is, and we'll get you moving when you're ready. You're 3109, left turn next time.
Left turn next time, much as like usual, I know that.
1504, get the tower, they want to right for the land pass, be coming here, but as far as your line.
Next 1504, Roger, clear to land, 18 right. And we're parking east of the hill.
American 2390, turn right heading 190, fly maintain 10 bound, runway 18 right, takeoff.
Fly heading 190, climb maintain 10,000, 18 right, clear for takeoff, American 2390.
But you're 3109, that's part your C or D?
They may be south ramp down there, park.
Okay, but you're 3109, taxi south on Echo to Alpha, hold store.
Echo Alpha, short of 18 left.
Tragedy averted, says our friend O'Malley. And yeah, obviously the flight crew had to make a very last minute, perhaps last second decision.
American 2224, go ahead.
MRI says, Walt, did you hear about the American flight out of DFW about 13 days ago? Lost the right engine on takeoff. I think I did hear something about that. But again, we don't know what the issue was on this plane unless some of you have been able to suss out the air traffic a little better than I can. Okay, this plane is moving now. Appears to be under its own power. I don't think it's being tugged. So, under the watchful eyes of emergency vehicles, it will taxi to another assigned place. I guess if there's no danger, it will go to a terminal. And if there is some suspicion that there might be some issue, it'll park away from a terminal, and other arrangements will be made to get the passengers where they need to be. But they're not going to Portland right now. The emergency vehicles are retreating. You'll see them in the foreground here in a minute.
Echo Alpha, hold short 1 left, American 1504, 1501. Correction, 1504, sir.
American 972, get the junction, right heading 190, climb maintain 10,000, runway 18 right, takeoff.
Right turn 190 up to 10,000, clear for takeoff 18 right, American 972.
American 2224, and all emergency vehicles continue and taxi
So Flight 2224 is now sitting close to the north side of Terminal D. And it's the plane in the center of your shot. There are a lot of American aircraft in the picture, but the one in the center is the one we're interested in. Super 80 Adrian says those tires might need a retread.
Swing left at Alpha and Oak Bridge, American Alpha.
still is a little small convoy of emergency vehicles tailing this jet. I'm sure there are a lot of disappointed passengers on that plane. They know, or they probably have a suspicion that things could have been a lot worse.
North Square, 972, thanks. 2224, the east side has the frequency now.
So yeah, I've seen rejected takeoffs before, but never one that was that close to actually taking off before the operation was rejected. Looks like it is now headed over to the east side of the airfield to a gate, to a waiting gate.
Right, one left, wait, American 25.
There it goes. So, a bit of unexpected activity here at the airport. It looks like that plane came from Terminal A over there on the east side. So it may be where it is, it's going now. So, from here at Founders Plaza, we are on the lookout for what we like to call the Flying Roo.
Right, 190 to 10,000, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 2512.
Qantas Flight 8 going back to Sydney. It is on the move.
Alright, Whiskey Golf, 20 left, line of way, on with it.
Here it comes. This is running about a half hour late. 3-year-old Dreamliner Dash 9. O'Malley said they stopped with, we're talking about that flight to Portland, they stopped with 2/3 of the runway remaining, but I doubt it. I doubt that plane is going anywhere tonight. I would think that whoever's in charge of American Airlines maintenance would want to get that plane a good once over before it goes back in operations.
Heading 190 up to 10,000, runway 360. I'm away, one left, I'm with the traffic.
Coming up just a few minutes from now as we approach the 11 o'clock hour here at Runway DFW. we'll have our exclusive chat extravaganza, where you have the privilege of watching me pack my bags and we play some groovy music for you at no extra charge.
Departure, good night, on number 651.
Oh, boy, 3589, turn right at 1905, maintain 10 bound, runway 18 left, take off.
Alright, 190, 10,000, good takeoff. 18 left on board 3589.
Line up away, 18 left, only 3466.
It's the Flying Roo, don't you know? MRI saying good night. Good night to you, MR. Good to see you here. H. Dot joining us, saying hello. Almost midnight in the land of Merry Crazy Frog 1776.
Takeoff 18 left, 190 and heading up to 10,000, only 3466.
The Dreamliner's going all the way to the top end of 18 left. Because it's got a long launch back to Sydney. RWB Jr., good night, all mods. You rock. Enjoy your evening. Yes, thank you to our mods. O'Malley, the random spotter, is there. Someone named Charlene, who I'm quite fond of.
Departure on 3466.
American Flight 996 off to McAllen, Texas there. We've had a pretty good night of plane spotting here. A couple of queens, a king. 777 or 2. Aviation Geek posits that the engine must have let go on the Portland flight. We don't know. We're just speculating. Travis Michaels with a $2 super chat. Thanks for the stream. Good night from Omaha. Thank you, Travis. Very Very kind of you for that last minute super chat. And there's James Webb. A very relaxing Thursday night, Walt. James, thank you so much again for your tremendous super chat and for your continued support of the channel. James is pretty shy, but he's been very good to this channel, so, and I will get to see him, unless things change, at Cranky Dork Fest weekend next month. Less than a month from now.
190 up 10,000 on board 3823, takeoff 1
Ram S with a great stream comment. Thank you. I hope I didn't mangle your name too much. All right, I think we're about ready to go to Australia, or at least a couple hundred people are getting ready to go.
G'day, Qantas.
Good day, mates. And that's going to about do it for us here at Runway DFW for this Thursday night.
3551.
Let's see, we'll put the old quad screen on here. Got some people to thank. So let me find our musical accompaniment. I don't think we've played our night theme yet. All right, Well, I want to thank all of you for watching tonight. Special thanks goes out to our channel sponsor, James Webb, once again, who's a major benefactor of this channel, I must say. Thank you again, James. To our friends Kevin and Rudy at Airline Videos Live. Thank you, Kevin, for your use of your batteries. They'll be all charged up for your visit here in October, I understand. So we look forward to that. And of course, thanks to all of our great mods who are with us tonight. The random spotter hanging in there with us, O'Malley hanging in there with us, Charlene hanging in there with us. And we'll be back soon with another edition of Runway DFW, probably on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. And let's see, we normally play what? I'm still figuring this whole thing out. I do see our friend Texas Girl here, who says good evening. Hello, Texas Girl. Sorry, we're signing off now. But of course, we do have Chat Stravaganza. Well, that's what we've got to do. We've got to dial up Chat Stravaganza. So there's a look at the West Tower, overlooking the West runways here. And so let me punch a button here. Let me... This is so complicated. So there's Chat Stravaganza. I need to figure out a way to put the music, or a little musical signature with that. But yes, it is time for Chat Stravaganza, where you, the Runway DFW viewer, get to watch me, the Runway DFW host, pack up our Runway DFW gear and put it in our Runway DFW car, and we play music which is barely tolerable for most people, but you know, I hope you'll like it. So let's fire up our After Dark music and we'll get Runway DFW Chat Stravaganza underway.
American 122.
West, clear for takeoff, heading 190, One inch left, left, and right, request one. Left on the 420. Heading 190 up to 10,000, left to Takeoff American 344. American 633, visual 18 right. Right number 633, Line up weight, 18 left, American 1273. Heading 190 up to 10,000, American 1270. Skyline 4978, transport to Airways. Transport to Sales 4978. Out of Airways, 18 left, next flight right.
Your work day companion.
Runway 148, turn right heading 190, verify maintaining 10 down, runway 18 left, clear takeoff.
Right turn 19, 10,000, 20 left, clear takeoff, runway 148.
Range 1012, DFW Tower, runway 18 left, out of way.
Runway 18 left.
Tower 5239, contact 479.
Right turn, right.
With more jingles. You hear nothing but the best. For the great memories.
Well, the music must come to an end, as must this edition of Runway DFW. Thanks for hanging in there, you guys and gals, and we'll see you again soon here on the channel. Saw a lot of interesting things tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And what more can I say? I've run out of words. What's that plane over there? I can't see. It's a big plane. See? And I don't even have a camera I can show it to you with. But I will paint the word picture. Oh, it's the ABX Air DHL Ketchup and Mustard livery 767, dating back to the year 1990. Can't show it to you tonight. And I think that's the Qatar. This is like radio, isn't it? The Qatar A350 1000 headed back to Doha, which is taking off right ahead of it. Oh, if we only had those cameras still set up. Oh well. Next time. Thanks one and all. Let me get back to this here. Take that out. And we will say so long to you from DFW International Airport in Texas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.